Hello students, welcome back to English literature classes. Today our topic is forms of fiction. Okay, आज का टॉपिक है हमारा forms of fiction. So without wasting much time, we should start this video on this topic, forms of fiction. Okay. Fiction is a prose narrative. It depicts characters and situations within the frameworks of a plot. The word novel was applied during the early Renaissance to any new story. Daniel Defoe, Samuel Richardson, Henry Fielding, Tobias Smollett, and Lawrence Stern are regarded as writers of the first English novels. They set high standards and models for later writers. These are the all points forms of fiction. Number 1 point है forms of fiction Picaros. Second point है regional. Third point है historical. Fourth है psychological and fifth है आपका conclusion. Okay. And the first point is forms of fiction. There are a number of forms of fiction, but the most popular among them are Picaros fiction. फर्स्ट है पिकेरिश फिक्शन एंड सेकंड है आपका हिस्टोरिकल फिक्शन एंड थर्ड है रीजनल फिक्शन एंड फोर्थ है साइकोलॉजिकल फिक्शन. Picaros novel deals with the episodic adventures of a Picaro or route who wanders from place to place. Defoe's sequels, The Further Adventures of Robinson Crusoe and The Serious Reflection of Robinson Crusoe, are the earliest example of it. Fielding's Tom Jones 2 is a novel of this kind. In a way, Dickens' Oliver Twist can be regarded as a Picaros novel, for the hero, Oliver, is an orphan child who passes through adventures at many places. Next है historical. A historical novel deals with the story of historical characters, but it differs from story in the sense that its purpose is not to provide information but recreation. History tells about the rise and fall of particular character, but a historical novel deals with an artistic personality that represents universal character of human beings. The hero acts not as a historical person had acted, but as he ought to have acted under given characters and conditions according to the law of necessity or probability. Sir Walter Scott is a famous writer of historical novels. Dickens' A Tale of Two Cities is a historical novel of great importance. Next point है regional. A regional novel deals with people of a limited area. Its action take place in that particular area. The novel tells about way of living of that area with their traditions, customs, prejudices as well as superstitious. Thomas Hardy is a regional novelist in the sense that his novels deal with a particular area called Wessex. Psychological. A psychological novels deals with what goes inside the mind of its characters more than what goes outside as physical action. Psychological novel soon developed with the novel of stream of consciousness, a literary technique. It reveals the character's feeling, thought and action without following a logical sequence. A stream of consciousness is different from an interior monologue. The technique of stream of consciousness attempt to portray the sensations of the subconsciousness. Consequently, there is frequent lack of unity of direct thought. Streams of consciousness was first introduced by William James in his book The Principles of Psychology 1890. It was widely used in narrative fiction. Ulysses 1922 by James. Joyce is a famous novel of his technique. Other writers of the form were William Faulkner and Virginia Woolf. The technique of stream of consciousness attempts to portray and the sensation of the subconsciousness. There is a frequent lack of unity of direct thought. Stream of consciousness was first introduced by William James in his book The Principles of Psychology 1890. There are a number of forms of fiction, but the most popular among them are picarious fiction, historical fiction, regional fiction, and psychological fiction. Okay. A historical novel deals with the story of historical characters, but it differs from history in the sense that its purpose is not to provide information but recreation. History tells about the rise and fall of a particular characters, but a historical novel deals with an artistic personality that represents universal character of human beings. The hero acts not as the historical person had acted but as the ought to have acted under given character and condition according to the law of necessity or probabilities. Sir Walter Scott is a famous writer of historical novels. Dickens' A Tale of Two Cities is a historical novel of great importance. Fiction is a prose narrative. It depicts characters and situations within the framework of a plot. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel. Thank you so much.